Hi, I'm sending you this video to help you get started on our online MAT103 Statistics 1 course. The first thing you have to do is you have to log into your MySCCC as you ordinarily would, and you have to scroll across to where it says Online D2L. Now, anytime I refer to D2L, this is the site that I'm referring to once we log in. That's where we'll have all the assignments posted each week, and that's also where you're going to be submitting your written assignments. So once you log in, it'll take you to the Virtual Learning Commons, as it says there, and it's where all the online classes are held at our campus. Now, when you first go into here, you're probably not going to see any of these courses that I see here because I've been able to log into them. Previous courses that I've already taught. So what you want to do is actually just type in 103 to make our course show up for you in case you don't already see it on the list. If you've taken another MAT 103 course before and it was on the virtual campus, you'll see a list of all of the ones that you might have done before, but I'm just going to log into ours. So when you first log in, you'll have all the information you need about the course, especially the grading, and you'll see that we have exams, regular homework assignments that you'll have online, and then also written assignments. Now it's very important that you check D2L every week so you'll know when you'll have to do the written assignments. It has happened in the past where students get stuck using just the online homework that they forget to come and do the written assignments even though I put announcements out. And because of that, they get a 0 average, and that's 20% of the grade. So please make sure that you log on to D2L every week to check what your assignment is. So what you're going to do is, once you log in every week, preferably every Monday, except for the first week, of course, but every Monday is when you'll see your new assignment up. So you would just go to Content, and actually, before I go to Content, I'm going to switch the role to Student Role so that you can see it the way you would see it. Let me let it load here. So once you click on Content, this is more like how you're going to see it. So you see that everything is set up already. You have every weekly assignment up to the 8th week. You have written assignments in there as well, and these will only pop up. Actually, I guess they'll all show up at once. I think I'm supposed to. They might have a restriction when you first try and go look at them. But when you take a look at this here, each week you'll see an assignment that looks similar to this. So it'll tell you which sections you should read in the ebook. You're going to have chapter summary homework to take a look at, and then actual homework to do as well. And I'll show you on the online software how all of this is going to be shown there. Now, the other thing that's going to be really important before you even get started is to go to the Get Started tab and take a look at the textbook. This tells you how to register for the ebook. Now, most of you have probably already gone to the bookstore and purchased your access code, and you might have noticed that you had two separate options for the access code. You can either buy the hard copy of the textbook, where you actually have the textbook in your hand, and that comes with the access code packaged together. Or if you want to save a little bit of money, you can just purchase the access code by itself at the bookstore. They just give you a little piece of cardboard with the number on it. Now, if you choose to just get the access code, that's absolutely fine because there's an ebook integrated into the system, and it's the exact same book that you would have if you were to purchase the textbook that they have there. Now, if you haven't had a chance to purchase your access code, that doesn't mean that you can't start the course right away, because I've given you a temporary access code that you can use to register with. You'll need this course code, you'll need this access code, and then you would follow these instructions here to actually go into the online software that we're using. So once you actually log into Connect Math, once you get access to it, let me log in. You would just choose the course, which is Summer 2013 MAT 103, and you have all of these assignments to work on already. Now you're only going to see the ones that are due for that week, so you'll probably see just the first couple that we have here. The Chapter 1 summary, the Homework 1, Chapter 2 summary, Homework 2, and so on. Now if you want to get an idea of what everything is going to be like, you can click on the topic outline back on D2L, and it tells you what's covered each week. So this might make it a bit easier for you to sort of plan ahead. Okay. Now going back to Connect Math, this is where you'll find your homeworks, and when you click on it you can do them. You can watch the videos if you need to, whatever the homework is going to be. Now the grade book you'll see here on the side, it's called the ebook, and it's exactly the same type of stuff that you see if you bought the book at the bookstore. So if you go to Chapter 1, which is the first one that we'll be covering, just go into descriptive statistics. It shows you all the information that you need to know. Now if you use the ebook, what might be a bit helpful is that I've already gone in there and sort of highlighted the parts that I think are going to be important when you do the homework. So I've highlighted this section here, for example. I've highlighted this here as well, and occasionally as you scroll down you might see, let me check the next section. Yeah, I've highlighted all this stuff. Here you might see little notes that I've posted as you go along the ebook, something that you want to maybe keep in mind. And you can also, of course, you can print out any page that you might want to take a look at a bit closer if you didn't get the book that was at the bookstore. Okay. So that pretty much is all you'll have to do here. You'll have to know, if you want to take a look at this one here, you'll have a list of videos to watch for the first assignment. Okay, so you basically just have to play all of these in order for you to get credit for the assignment. And then for the actual homework problems, you'll see that it's just exactly what you would have to read, the types of problems that I asked you to read about in that first particular, in the section that you'll see for each week. So it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy to do the homework on here. It's pretty easy to read it. So, you know, for example, this one's multiple choice. Once in a while, you'll have different problems as well. But now when you're working on these, you'll please take advantage of all of these options that you have to get help. You can either check, of course, once you solve it, you can check your answer. You can see an example. You can it'll give you a link to the textbook. When you get to the formulas and tables, you'll have links to that as well to make it a bit easier to do your work. So I've tried to summarize everything pretty briefly. I'm hoping that it at least gives you enough information to get started on the course. But if you have any questions at all, please email me. It'll be a lot easier for you and for me to ask me questions if you do not email me through here. I know there's a link in here where you can send an email to the professor, but if you want a quicker response, you should email me at the school email address, which is darinia@suny-suffolk.edu, or just, respond to the email where I sent you this video to. That's going to be the best way to get in touch with me. So let me know if you have any questions.